The air in the Genesee County Jail was thick with the scent of disinfectant and simmering tension. Josie, a sprightly spaniel with eyes that held a universe of warmth, was navigating the sterile hallways, tail wagging in its usual joyous rhythm. Her small paws pattered on the cold tile, her little badge jingling with every step. This was Josie's world, her purpose. Today was like any other. Josie greeted Officer Miller with a happy lick, earning a pat on the head and a warm smile. She then bounded into the common area, where inmates lined up for their morning meals, each man looking up with a flicker of surprise and a subtle softening of the edges around their eyes. Josie loved this part. She knew that for some, she was the only moment of genuine joy they experienced in their bleak days. Then, it happened. A sudden, guttural growl ripped through the silence. A hulking figure, Maxwell, known for his hardened demeanor and a past riddled with violence, lunged. Before anyone could react, Josie was airborne, her tiny body thrown back against the wall. A gasp of horror ripped from the gathered crowd. The next few moments were a blur of chaos. The sickening thud of Josie's body hitting the floor. Officer Miller's panicked shouts as he struggled to subdue Maxwell. The muffled sobs of a young inmate, his face buried in his hands. Josie lay still. Her small badge, once a symbol of hope, was cracked, lying beside her like a shattered dream. Josie, the beloved comfort dog, had been attacked, and the news was filled with outrage and sorrow. Sheriff Swanson and Prosecutor Layden condemned the act, vowing to bring the full weight of the law down on Maxwell. But the question lingered, would Josie ever be the same? Josie received the best possible care, but the injuries were severe. The concussion had left her disoriented, her once lively spirit dimmed. As Josie recovered, the jail was silent. The inmates missed their furry friend, their hearts heavy with guilt and regret. They understood that they were not the only ones impacted by Maxwell's rage. Then, one morning, the sound of a familiar jingle filled the air. Josie, wearing a new, slightly larger badge, walked into the common area. Her gait was tentative, her tail a slow, deliberate wag. The inmates watched, eyes wide with wonder. It was as if a part of their own spirit had returned. Slowly, cautiously, Josie made her way toward them. A young inmate, his face etched with sadness, reached out a hand. Josie sniffed it tentatively, then placed her head in his palm. A sob escaped him, a sob of relief and gratitude. In that moment, the weight of the past seemed to lift. The jail, once a place of fear and despair, felt a little less bleak. Josie, battered and bruised, had returned to her purpose.